Nice to meet you, Simo. Call me Mick. Mick.
Crocodile Dundee wasn't just another hit movie when it hit theaters in 1986. It became a worldwide sensation that made Paul Hogan a legend overnight. But behind the humor, the charm, and that unforgettable, that's not a knife moment, the cast's real lives were filled with heartbreak, loss, and struggles far from the spotlight. Some vanished from Hollywood without a trace, while others faced personal battles the world never saw. This is the untold story of what really happened to the stars of Crocodile Dundee. So, grab your seat, hit that like button, and subscribe, because you're about to see a side of Crocodile Dundee you've never known before. Mick Crocodile Dundee, the rugged, fearless bushman with a heart of gold, was brought to life by none other than Australian legend Paul Hogan. With his quick wit and irresistible charm, Hogan didn't just play Dundee. He became him, turning a simple Outback story into a worldwide sensation. Born on October 8, 1939, Hogan was 47 when he slipped into the crocodile skin boots that would define his career and forever change his life. But long before Hollywood came calling, he was already a household name in Australia. A natural comedian, a sharp storyteller, and a man who could make anyone laugh. Through sequels and decades of fame, Paul Hogan remained the spirit of the Outback, cheeky, warm, and endlessly likable. And now, in 2025, at 85 years old, he stands as a living legend, forever remembered as the man who gave the world its most lovable wild man with a big heart and an even bigger knife. Gus, the friendly, good-natured limo driver who added heart and humor to Crocodile Dundee, was brought to life by the ever-charming Reginald VelJohnson. With his warmth, wit, and effortless comic timing, VelJohnson turned even a small role into something truly memorable. Born on August 16, 1952, in Queens, New York, he was 34 when he appeared in the film, just a few years before skyrocketing to fame as Sergeant Al Powell in the action classic Die Hard. But it was his iconic role as Carl Winslow, the lovable and steady dad in the long-running sitcom Family Matters, that forever cemented his place in pop culture history. Now, in 2025, at 73 years old, Reginald VelJohnson remains a beloved figure of television and film, a symbol of kindness, humor, and heart whose presence still brings smiles and nostalgia to audiences everywhere. Walter Riley, the loyal, kind-hearted station worker and true friend to Mick Dundee, was portrayed by the immensely talented John Mylan. With his trademark warmth, humor, and down-to-earth charm, Mylan turned Walter into one of the film's most beloved and memorable characters. Born on May 1, 1934, in Broken Hill, New South Wales, he was already a household name in Australian entertainment when he joined the Crocodile Dundee cast at age 52. His impressive career spanned film, television, theater, and even voice acting, with standout roles in classics like Walkabout, each performance a masterclass in authenticity and wit. Tragically, John Mylan's life was cut short on August 10, 1989, when he passed away at just 55, due to complications from cirrhosis. Though his time was brief, his legacy endures, a true Australian icon whose work continues to bring smiles, laughter, and a touch of nostalgia to fans around the world. Sue Charlton, the fearless, adventurous journalist who dared to chase stories halfway across the world, was brilliantly portrayed by Linda Kozlowski. With her radiant charm, intelligence, and undeniable chemistry with Paul Hogan, Kozlowski brought Sue to life in a way audiences would never forget. Born on January 7, 1948, in Fairfield, Connecticut, she was 38 when she stepped into the role that not only defined her career but also earned her a Golden Globe nomination. She went on to reprise her beloved character in the Crocodile Dundee sequels and later appeared in films like Village of the Damned, continuing to showcase her talent and versatility. Off-screen, life imitated art when she married her co-star Paul Hogan in 1990, a real-life love story that captivated fans around the world. Though their marriage ended years later, the bond they shared remains part of Crocodile Dundee's legacy. Today, at 77, Linda Kozlowski lives a more private life, far from the spotlight. Yet her portrayal of Sue Charlton continues to shine as a symbol of courage, independence, and timeless charm. Neville Bell, the wise, gentle bushman whose quiet strength lit up Crocodile Dundee, was brought to life by the extraordinary David Gulpilil. Born on July 1, 1953, in the remote beauty of Arnhem Land, Gulpilil carried with him the spirit and heartbeat of Australia's First Nations people. At just 33 years old, he stepped into the role of Neville, infusing it with authenticity, warmth, and a soulfulness that no one else could have delivered. But Crocodile Dundee was only one chapter in his remarkable story. From the haunting beauty of Walkabout to the emotional power of Rabbit-Proof Fence and the deeply personal Charlie's Country, David Gulpilil became a symbol of cultural pride and artistic brilliance. In 2021, the world said goodbye to this legendary performer after a long battle with lung cancer. He was 68. Though he may have left us, his spirit continues to echo through every role he played, a lasting reminder of a man who gave voice, heart, and soul to his people and his land. Ida, the kind-hearted hotel owner who brought warmth and comfort to Crocodile Dundee, was beautifully portrayed by Maggie Blincoe. With her gentle humor and nurturing presence, Blincoe gave the film a touch of tenderness that balanced its rugged adventure. Born in 1939, she was 47 when she stepped into the role, effortlessly capturing the spirit of small-town Australia and winning the hearts of audiences everywhere. But Maggie Blincoe's talent reached far beyond the Dundee films. She graced Australian television, theatre, and film for decades, leaving behind a trail of heartfelt performances that showcased her depth and versatility. In August 2021, at the age of 82, the curtain fell on a remarkable life. Yet, her warmth still glows on screen, a timeless reminder of the charm and heart that defined the golden age of Australian cinema. Richard Mason, the slick, sharp-tongued editor who brought tension and wit to Crocodile Dundee, was brilliantly portrayed by Mark Blum. With his commanding presence and quick delivery, Blum gave Mason a magnetic edge that audiences couldn't forget. Born on May 14, 1950, in Newark, New Jersey, he was just 36 when he joined the cast, already respected for his powerful performances on both stage and screen. Beyond Crocodile Dundee, Blum shined in Desperately Seeking Susan, Crocodile Dundee 2, and countless theater productions, earning acclaim for his craft and commitment to storytelling. Tragically, in March 2020, the entertainment world lost this gifted actor to complications from COVID-19 at the age of 69. Though gone, Mark Blum's charisma, precision, and artistic depth continue to live on, a testament to a performer who left an indelible mark on both Hollywood and Broadway. Sue Charlton, the composed and polished newspaper editor in Crocodile Dundee, was brought to life by the remarkable Michael Lombard. With his steady demeanor and quiet authority, Lombard gave the character a grounded realism that balanced the film's adventurous spirit. Born on August 8, 1934, in Brooklyn, New York, he was 52 when he stepped into the role. Already a veteran of stage, television, and film, admired for his poise and depth as an actor. Throughout his long career, Lombard appeared in memorable projects like Pet Sematary, Independence Day, and numerous acclaimed TV dramas, where his subtle power and natural presence always stood out. Tragically, in August 2020, Michael Lombard passed away at the age of 86 following a heart attack. Though he's no longer with us, his legacy endures through decades of unforgettable performances. A quiet force in Hollywood who proved that true talent doesn't need to shout to be remembered. The Pimp, a brief yet unforgettable character in Crocodile Dundee, was portrayed by John Snyder, an American actor who brought raw realism and intensity to every moment on screen. Born on September 23, 1952, in Boston, Massachusetts, Snyder was 34 when he stepped into the role, adding a gritty edge and urban tension to the film's unforgettable New York scenes. His talent went far beyond this small part. Snyder built a strong career across film, television, and theater, with standout appearances in cult classics like The Warriors and Southern Comfort, as well as recurring roles in TV favorites such as Law and Order. A gifted stage performer and voice actor, he has continued to showcase his versatility through decades of work. Now, in 2025, at 72 years old, John Snyder remains remembered for his distinctive energy, the kind of actor who could take even the smallest role and make it impossible to forget. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the stars of Crocodile Dundee, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So together, we can keep their stories and legacies alive for generations to come.